Joining me at this time is one of the most popular wrestlers on Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. It's the Neon Phenomenon, Anthony Idol. What's up, man?
What's going on, baby? What's going on, Dustin?
You got it. How was your 4th of July weekend?
Grilled a lot of meat and stayed in the house. So not bad. Could be better, but not bad.
I feel you. What is on Anthony Idol's grill? When you cook out, what are you grilling?
Oh, man. Yesterday was a porterhouse, like a 1.5 pound porterhouse, and like 4 chicken bratwursts.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well, I made the announcement on Saturday's live chat during the episode. And of course, you have been in several weeks of the live chat, so the audience absolutely loves you. So when I made the announcement you were coming on, they all had questions for you. And one of the most popular questions since you and I have been interacting is there any relation to Anthony Idol and Austin Idol? Now, I kind of know the answer to this, but just for everybody that asks every single time, are you related to Austin Idol?
As far as you and everyone else is concerned, Austin Idol is my uncle. I ran into Uncle Austin at the NWA Legends Convention a few years back. I informed him of this. We do, in fact, have the exact same birthday.
Wow.
Pardon that. I let him know that I was Anthony Idol. He did ask where his check was, so I'm going to take that as a ringing endorsement.
Very, very cool. One of the next questions that came off of the chat is, what was the biggest influence for the character, the Neon Phenomenon, Anthony Idol?
That's a good question, man. I was really into Riff Raff, still love Riff Raff, the rapper. He was Neon everything that year, and I was just was enjoying stuff like calling everything Neon, man. So I just thought, you know what? I got this kind of energy. It's electric. So I'm the Neon Phenomenon.
Boom, works for me. I love it. I figured that there was some sort of relation somewhere with the Austin Idol and the character development with flexing the guns and all that kind of stuff.
There's plenty of neon on the Las Vegas Strip. That is our shared hometown as well. So, you know, I thought it was all kind of fitting and it all tied into the same kind of energy. I'm all about that energy.
Sure. Let's talk about the guns. Man, there were a lot of people asking about Anthony Idol's workout routine. Man, how do you keep the guns all pumped up?
Kind of always been into it. I think I started fiddling around with weights in the 5th grade. So if we fast forward to high school, if you finished your core workout, your core lifts on the football team, you were allowed to do whatever other lifting you wanted to. So I'd finish up my core lifts, and I'd be looking at that clock, and I'd be wanting to do bicep curls for 20 minutes straight. So that was probably where I set the foundation.
There you go. Now, speaking on that, this is something that I didn't know. One of the fans brought it to my attention, and you can confirm it if it's true, is that you were an All-American football player?
Preseason All American, and a lot of people want to know. So not a big Division I school because although I had a smattering of opportunities to play at bigger schools, it was more important to me to play as quickly as I could and to get my degree in 4 years. So I played at a smaller Division III school.
Gotcha. And then now you're living the dream of being a professional wrestler.
You know it.
Absolutely. So let's go back to working out just for a second because these are real fun. You told a story in the chat room, and the fans wanted you to elaborate that here on the podcast, that you tore both pecs at the same time?
No, not at the same time. I tore them 2 weeks apart.
That's Anthony. That's almost the same time. You tear your pecs 2 weeks apart, brother.
Well, I didn't believe it the first time, so I kept on rolling. And so like I got hurt during a match, and it doesn't hurt like you might imagine it would hurt. It just felt like a pinch, and I was able to still really get through it. Not too many problems, and just didn't believe it. You know, my arm was purple, my chest was purple. I got a massage, I got it worked on, I got most of the color out of there, and I could still flex my pec, which I found out later is not weird for that injury. So I kept on carrying on. It was at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, actually, when I tore my right pec. Yeah. I tore my right pec throwing a clothesline, and I felt the pain again, that same pinch. It hurt a little bit more on the right side, maybe because this was my dominant arm, and I knew immediately something was wrong. Tagged out, and I don't even really remember the rest of that day. Like it was that bad. So yeah, I tried to keep on keeping on, and that was a bad idea. So I probably didn't have to tear them both, but I tore them both.
The first time wasn't good enough, right?
I had to be sure, just double check. And really my mindset was like, I just went into every match at that time like I am indestructible. And I still believe it to a certain point that indestructible is a mindset. And so I got hurt, but I was like, even to myself, I was just, you know who you are talking to. I'm Anthony Idol. I am indestructible. I'm sure this is just a pulled muscle. And I was wrong. And they had to put me back together surgically. So you can be focused on indestructible, but still get to the doctor if you have any questions about your level of indestructibleness ability.
Yeah, we're catching up Q&A real quick with the Neon Phenomenon, Anthony Idol. He is in the main event on Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. He's squaring off against Ray Rosas in the PP3 Finals. I want to talk to you about that in just a second, but one more quick workout question. Is it true that you get your cardio from just running away from babes on the beach?
That may or may not be true, but that may or may not have something to do with my dog. My dog's an excellent wingman. I think he's helped me out many more times than I could on my own.
Gotcha. All right, favorite opponent. This one came from the Q&A as well. They want to know who your favorite opponent is. And, that's kind of a weird question because your favorite opponent could be like your nastiest, most bitter rival that, that kind of helps make you. But then also you've got some friends and stuff that you work in the ring with, and you're like, hey, man, I like working with those guys. So either way it goes, who's your favorite opponent?
Man, that's a tough question. Because a couple times I've been hurt going into stuff that I was really looking forward to. So it wasn't that I didn't have fun, but I just wasn't able to create like the magic that I wanted to. Man, you know what? Really, like I've had a lot of fun punching Nick Lovin in the face. He's a local worker in San Diego. I really enjoyed punching him in the face. But definitely most magical and person I'd like to wrestle again would be Willie Mack.
Okay, that's a heck of a name to be on the list there. Impact Wrestling, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, been very successful. I'd love to see that too. And another thing that I'd love to see is I'd love to see you get your hands on Ray Rosas once again. So let's talk about the PP3 Finals. Of course, this happened, I believe, back in March. And reliving some of that action now as we head towards our live return. But you've got this match with Ray Rosas coming up, PP3 Finals on the line. The winner gets the urn, and that urn provides an opportunity for any championship, anytime, any place. And the finish of this match, and I'm not sure that this is a spoiler because people have seen it. I have never, ever seen anything like the finish of Idol versus Rosas that we're going to see on Saturday. Have you?
No, not really. Not until I got really deep on some research. Just stumbled upon it. Something similar, I think, in AAA Mexico from 1970, whatever. Wow. So I totally by happenstance. Not that I was looking for that, 'cause I certainly didn't want to relive that. I can expound on that though, man, because from Las Vegas, but I've been making my home here in California now for a long time, and heard about Ray Rosas, known about Ray Rosas for a long time. Look forward to facing Ray Rosas for a long time. Ray Rosas was somebody I ran up against when I was hurt, like after a long time of never facing him, despite being in the same area, same territory, same promotion at the same time, many times, never getting my hands on Ray Rosas. So the first time we crossed paths, pretty cool contest, pretty straight up. This time I get to face a completely different Ray Rosas, a Ray Rosas that I don't feel like I respect at all. A Ray Rosas who know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I haven't done my fair share of cheating and underhanded stuff. So at a certain point, I have to respect at least the creativity on his point. But just overall, he's just a different dude than the guy I heard about, read about, and then came to know myself. It's a different Ray Rosas, and not one really that I respect much at all, and definitely one that I want to get my hands on again.
Yeah, and I could definitely agree with that. Over the last 14 months, especially here on Memphis television, we've seen Ray Rosas transition from a well-liked, quote-unquote, good guy with Jordan Clearwater to punching Clearwater in the face, kind of putting together his own army of static who help him every chance he gets, including this Saturday. And I know in the next coming weeks, our episodes are going to be very, very heavy Anthony Idol, and I think the fans are going to love that. Real quick, before I let you go, let's talk about getting back to action. It's been announced that David Marquez, within the next, I believe we're down to the next couple of weeks now, there's supposed to be some live return, and starting in August, we'll have some brand new episodes, and one would have to think that the Neon Phenomenon is going to be heavy into the mix. Last time we saw you, you were face-to-face with Big Mike O'Shea, and I know that you still got your eyes set on not only the PP3 Cup, but for some championship gold. So what can we look forward to getting you back in action?
As soon as we get those dates, I guess I'm going to be there. I've been back in the gym, mask on. I've been out on the hiking trail trying to get my cardio back up. So I'm trying to get ready to rock and roll. As soon as we get those dates, we'll find out. So if it's Mikey O'Shea, if it's Ray Rosas, if it's, a lot of people are talking about Eric Watts. As far as I'm concerned, Eric Watts and I are on the same side of the fence as for right now. But I'm just looking forward to getting back in action, man. My big thing about this, let's get back to the physicality. Let's start slapping meat.
Oh yeah. All right. Before we go, I gotta have you turn it on. Turn on the Neon Phenomenon real quick, and let Memphis know how you feel about the love that they've shown you so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the baller, the shot caller, the man who makes all the ladies holler, the dude who is steadily pushing plates, eating steaks, and getting dates, the incredible one, the Neon Phenomenon, Anthony Idol.